We have a massive amount of Marvel ahead of this year, and well, I'm gonna go ahead and take you through it all. Now, I'll put you on hold here while I play the intro. After all, I like to watch the line blink. Well, hello there, my name's Jeremy and welcome back to Freeform Disney. Today I'm going to go through everything the MCU is throwing our way here in 2021 and what I'm most looking forward to. I'll also talk about the timeline of all of this at the end as far as what we know and a few guesses I'm going to make. Now, this is the year of Marvel. Almost every week of this entire year, there will be something new for the MCU. We have 6 shows and 4 movies this year. Wow. Now, only 5 of those shows are canon. The other one is not. And by the way, each of the shows apparently are going to be like 5 hours of content. So pretty cool right there with episodes that range from a half hour up to hour-long episodes. So now I'm going to go ahead and rank these 10 and give you an idea of what I'm most looking forward to, and then eventually give you some ideas and talk about what I think the timeline is. So here we go. Number 10 is Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Five Rings. Now this is coming to us in July, and this is all assuming dates don't get pushed due to pandemic or anything else here, so I'm gonna just put those dates out for the time being. Now Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings is gonna bring us a new character, well, Shang-Chi, who's a martial artist, and we've got all kinds of people in there. There's gonna be Simu Liu, Awkwafina's in there, Fala Chen, Michelle Yao. I mean, we've got a bunch of people in here, and supposedly we're also going to have the Mandarin in here for real this time. Not our fake Mandarin, of course, from Iron Man 3. So there's all kinds of interesting stuff here, and I am definitely curious about it. The reason it ranks bottom for me is I don't have any connection to this. I have the least connection and draw to pull me into it. And frankly, there's nothing bad here about Shang-Chi. Bear in mind, I'm not a comics person for Marvel. I've not read all the comics or anything like that. For me, the MCU is Marvel, essentially. With a few exceptions for things like, say, other X-Men movies or Spider-Man movies or shows that have already come. So yeah, so I don't have that connection yet, but I'm definitely looking forward to it, and hey, I'm hoping to have a big connection to it after it comes out. Number 9 is Black Widow. Now, in fairness, by the way, note all of these, I am super looking forward to everything on this list. So Black Widow, oh man, I've been waiting for this movie for years and years and years. And even longer since it got delayed from last year. But hey, it's supposed to be coming out May 7th, so it's not that far away. We're a little over 3 months out. And this was originally going to kick off Phase 4. Well, after Spider-Man Far From Home was no longer considered Phase 4, but actually the end of Phase 3. And so this is actually going to go back. Oh, by the way, let me just be clear to everybody. There are spoilers here for pretty much everything that already has happened in the MCU up to the end of Phase 3. I'm not going to spoil WandaVision for you if you haven't seen it. But everything else is fair game, and I kind of have to talk about it to get to these. So you've been forewarned. If you don't want those spoilers, now's your chance. Otherwise, I'm going to talk a little more about Black Widow here. Okay. So this is going to go back in time a little bit because Black Widow died in Endgame. So we're a little bit further. This is going to be between the events of Civil War and Infinity War. And we're going to see a lot more backstory on her as well to go ahead and really get Natasha Romanoff and who she is. We're going to see a character who's a villain called the Taskmaster, which is apparently a big villain. I've heard good things. And hey, David Harbour, who you might know from Stranger Things, amongst other things, is going to be playing the Red Guardian. That looks like fun too. And then Florence Pugh is going to be in there. And oh, that is a good actor. Yelena, apparently, who apparently will also show up in Hawkeye later, the show coming up. So that's an interesting crossover. Back to how we were going to have shows and movies that really will cross over with each other. So that's pretty cool. There's a lot of talk about whether Yelena might become, say something like a new Black Widow maybe or something like that. Who knows? We'll see what we see, right? But by the end of the year, we'll have a hell of a lot better of an idea considering we'll see her in 2 different things. So yeah, definitely looking forward to Black Widow. Number 8 is the Eternals. Now, Eternals beats out Black Widow because, in part, it's not past. We're moving forward with the timeline. We're expanding everything out. So the Eternals is this big cosmic expansion of the universe when it comes to it. Now, this is going to come out way late. This will be November 5th, near the end of the year. So these are essentially immortals that have been on Earth for thousands of years. And this has a giant cast. We've got Angelina Jolie, Salma Hayek, Richard Madden, Numail Nanjiani, and Brian Tyree Henry, amongst so many others. Whoa, I mean, this is almost assuredly going to make a big impact on the MCU. What exactly will happen yet? I don't know, but oh man, this is why beats out Black Widow for me, is so much that this is going to do for the future of the MCU. Anyway, gonna be intriguing. So what's up next? Number 7 is gonna be the first show on here, and this is What If. Now, the only reason this is not higher is because it's not canon. There's so much great canon stuff coming out. But even so, I'm so intrigued to see a lot of what's going to come from this one. Now, the What If show is going to be summer sometime. And we're going to get 10 episodes this year. And apparently they're already working on 10 for season 2. So we're got a lot of these. And the idea of the What If is that it's going to go into each of the different movies that we've had and take some kind of piece and change it. So what if Peggy Carter took the super serum soldiers stuff instead of Steve Rogers? Or what if Yondu picked up T'Challa instead of Peter Quill? Which, by the way, bonus point there, this actually will be the last time we get to hear Chadwick Boseman play T'Challa, because he already did record that piece. So we will get that. So that's going to be bittersweet right there. Anyway, there's going to be a bunch of different interesting pieces in this. So whether it's those pieces like Peggy Carter or T'Challa or zombies in there going ahead and a Captain America thing, there's going to be some interesting stuff going on. It's going to be all kinds of fun, especially because they don't have to worry about how it works with everything else. So this, definitely looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to more projects like this that might pop up in the future too. Should be lots and lots of fun right there. Up next is going to be the last movie on this list. Now, the movies have a hard time for me on this list, and it's not because I don't love them, because I do. But the problem is, the movies are, well, let's say 2.5 hours of content. These shows are all at least 5 hours of content. There's just so much more to dig into with the shows versus the movies. And also, we're not up to things like Avengers movies or the big ones. A lot of the really big movies are coming out, say, next year we'll get a Black Panther 2. I think Guardians is a couple years away still, and we'll get Captain Marvel 2, and we'll have our next Ant-Man movie, and etc. Oh, and of course Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. So we've got so many really big movies coming up later that this year is not that year though. But anyway, what is the biggest movie for this year coming out, and the one I'm most anticipating? Spider-Man. We don't have a name for it. It's going to be Spider-Man Home or something. Who knows? It's got to have the word home in it somewhere, because that's what we've been doing, right? But how can I not be anticipating this? So, wow, how we left that off on the cliffhanger not last year. Dang, it feels like, because we didn't have any MCU stuff last year. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. aside. But yeah, I guess it's already been 1.5 years since we saw Spider-Man Far From Home. But anyway, it's coming out December 17th, middle of December, Christmas holiday time period. And that cliffhanger, after he gets outed and he might be being looked at as a villain, it's like, this is going to be intriguing. And, well, apparently Electro is going to be in there, because we've heard Jamie Foxx is popping up, and apparently maybe even Octavius. And hell, we've even heard rumors that people like Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield might pop up, which, whoa, if that pops up, that is so utterly intriguing as a move to do. So, wow, I don't know what all might be happening, but there is some intriguing things coming up here. Going to be pretty dang cool. And by the way, I really hope we figure out a longer term deal, because I want to keep Tom Holland in the MCU. I love Tom Holland as Spider-Man, and it would be sad if this was the last Tom Holland Spider-Man movie in the MCU. We know he'll pop up. At least there's a contract for one more team-up film, not his own solo one. But oh man, I want to see him keep going for years and years to come. So here's hoping. Okay, starting up the canon shows here. First up, number 5 is going to be Miss Marvel. So Miss Marvel is coming out in later 2021 is what we've been told so far. And Well, Iman Vellani is going to be this new teenage superhero named Kamala Khan, who is known as Miss Marvel, so Pakistani American who actually became the first Muslim superhero in the Marvel comics, which is intriguing. Now, we don't know a ton about this yet, but it's intriguing to bring in a cool new character here. The shows all excite me, they just do. So heck, we've got Captain Marvel, we've got Monica Rambeau popping back up, we've got now Miss Marvel, and oh yeah, it's gonna be intriguing. I'm super curious to go ahead and see this. Okay, so we've got 4 more shows left. Now number 4, it's Hawkeye. And oh, Hawkeye, speaking of how Black Widow's long and deserved something, so has Hawkeye. Neither of them have gotten their day in the sun. So here's Hawkeye's chance. And it seems like it's going to be passing off the mantle of Hawkeye to a degree. So this is going to be, it seems like the last show of the year, so late 2021. And well, we're going to see Jeremy Renner back there as Clint Barton. And we've got a newcomer, we've got Kate Bishop, who'll be played by Haley Steinfeld. And oh, I'm so excited there. I love Haley Steinfeld as an actor. So apparently she's going to become the new Hawkeye, and that's going to be pretty cool. And getting to really dig into Hawkeye after what happened in Endgame, oh man. Whoa, the places he went to when he became Ronin and just started becoming this avenging angel, essentially. Wow. There's some stuff to dig into right there, that is for sure. And maybe some more other further backstory for Jeremy Renner's character of Clint Barton. So definitely looking forward to this. Okay, now we're into the top 3 shows for my excitement. First off is Loki. So not the most exciting, but oh yeah, how can't you? So Loki's back. Now he's kind of back from the dead in a matter of speaking too. So this we're expecting to go ahead and pop up in May, probably after Black Widow. And yeah, this is not the Loki we most recently knew, because this is the Loki that actually would have come back from about the time frame of Avengers, but then got the Tesseract during our time travel in Endgame and has gone off into a completely different place. And apparently we've got this whole mystery set up, and it's gonna deal with the multiverse too. And oh, the things we could set up with this show. And of course, we'll bring Loki back in a matter of speaking, but this is villainous Loki. Whoa. Wow, yeah, definitely exciting. Number 2 on this list is Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Now this, oh man, this doesn't make number 1, but oh, it's close. It was close when I tried ranking these all back last year when I thought these were coming out last year, but this is coming out March 19th. There are going to be 6 episodes, about 40 to 50 minutes each. And so we've got Anthony Mackie back over there as Falcon, and Sebastian Stan back over as, well, he's not really Winter Soldier anymore, even though we're using that name here in the title. Falcon, on the other hand, kind of is Falcon and, well, taking on the mantle of Captain America. And that's the huge thing here. So there's going to be a lot on terms of, are we good with him being Captain America? What does it mean to pass on that title that means so much to everyone? And I'm sure that's going to come up a lot. And that's going to be intriguing. Oh, and for what it's worth, we also have people like Baron Zemo will be back and Sharon Carter will be back. And yeah, so no, this is going to be so intriguing. And the trailers, I mean, this could be movie quality with the visuals and what we've seen in that. Man, the budget they're putting into these, and they are going all out. This is not some low budget show just tossed out. Oh God, no. Love it. So what is number 1 on my list? Well, the only thing left, and actually what's currently airing, it's WandaVision. It was last time too, and that's because, I'm sorry, beating out even the characters of Falcon and Winter Soldier, or the White Wolf, is Wanda and Vision. I love them as characters even before this started. I love the concept and the idea because it is just so different. This whole idea of the sitcom kind of aspect, but other things are going on. Oh yeah, I mean, this is utterly intriguing. And I love the character of Scarlet Witch / Wanda Maximoff and Vision back in here too. Oh, this is so intriguing. And then we also know there are other characters popping up in it, like Monica Rambeau, who was the kid from Captain Marvel, will come in, and that heck, she's going to appear later in Captain Marvel 2. And we also know that other characters are going to pop up, like Darcy Lewis from the Thor movies, or the FBI agent Jimmy Woo from the Ant-Man and the Wasp movie. So, oh man, so bizarre to expect on this, and etc., and characters I love. Yeah, this was always my most expected. You can go back and check what I made last year, early in the year. I think it was in March, when I was expecting the 4 things we had coming out for the MCU that year, as opposed to the 10 that are coming out this year. And wow, so many things coming out. Wow, it's gonna be one hell of a year, folks. So one other thing to talk about here is when are all of these coming? So WandaVision started up February 15th. Now there are 9 episodes around 30 minutes each, so it should finish around March 5th, assuming it finishes when we expect. Then that means we'll have a week off, and then March 19th, we'll start Falcon and the Winter Soldier, which we know has 6 episodes, which means it should finish April 23rd, assuming nothing weird. Black Widow, by the way, will then start after a gap of 1 week again, where there will be nothing on Friday. We'll start up on May 7th. And then, we don't know when the rest of the things are coming out for the shows, but I'm making an educated guess for a second that we will have a week off after Black Widow, because it seems to be what we do. And then Loki will probably come out on May 21st. Just a guess. And if it does, and we do one every week, then Loki would end on June 25th, right? And that makes sense because guess what? Then the next week, we don't have anything on the Friday, and the week after that will be ShangChi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. See, it seems to keep fitting. Just making a guess here. Now, assuming we keep holding the same thing, then we take the next week off, and July 23rd, the What If starts up. Now, it's a little weirder with the What If, because the What If is 10 episodes and it's not canon, so I don't know. I'm almost making a wonder if they're gonna do 2 episodes a week or something of that nature. Because if they do, then things fit in a little better, and kind of guessing that it'll run, say, July 23rd, then maybe a total of 5 weeks. And then maybe we then have Miss Marvel pop up September 17th and run to October 22nd. And hey, that would give it a total of 6 episodes. We don't know how many episodes yet on it, actually. And then that would leave a week off, and then November 5th is Eternals. I just think they like this whole little week off thing. And then a week off, and then Hawkeye probably starts up right after that on November 19th. Although, there's a weird issue with that one. Assuming there are 6 episodes, it kind of runs into Spider-Man 3, the next Spider-Man one, on December 17th, and there's just no good way of avoiding that. So I'm not sure what they're planning on with there. Because they seem to like avoiding the doubling up and having that week in between, but I don't see how it works with Hawkeye and Spider-Man 3. I'm pretty sure Hawkeye will come out after Eternals because the way Kevin Feige presented it at the Investor Day was while he just used later and late 2021, he was chronologically going through most of what he was saying, and the one was mentioned before Eternals and the Hawkeye was mentioned after Eternals. So just a guess. So there you go. Those are all of my different guesses on what the heck is going on with these right here. So maybe? We'll see what we see, right? Well, anyway, so those are all the mini things, and we will be kept busy so much here in 2021. Now, 2022 might not be quite as busy because of everything that had to get packed here because of what happened last year with the pandemic. But anyway, there you go. So let me go ahead and now take the chance to go ask you, what about you? Which show or movie are you most excited about? What's your top 3? Let me know down below in the comments. And also, hey, before I go, don't let me forget to thank all of my wonderful patrons who help me make everything here. If you're interested in helping support the channel through Patreon, I always appreciate it. So there's a link down in the description, and I will see you around. And to everyone, thank you so much for watching. If you liked the video, please help me out by clicking the like. Don't forget to subscribe, and also you can always share the video. Hey, I'll see you back here tomorrow for another new episode of Freeform Disney. Have a magical day, and may the Force be with you, always.